Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. Hey, y'all know what time it is. Hey, I'm live at 5. 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 Come on inside of the StreamYard room. Yes, it is Wednesday. It's hump day. Now, y'all already know what happens on a hump day. It's a clutch your pearls day. Get your notebooks out. Dig in, dig deep, put your seatbelt on. We're going for a ride. The conversation today is this is not my job. And I know it sounds familiar. Y'all might have even said it a time or two. This is not my job. Go ahead and put that inside the chat. Put that in the chat. And if you have ever said it, I want you to be honest. Just put it in the chat. Hey, sissy, how are you? Hopefully you had an amazing day today. But look, if you ever found yourself saying this, hearing this is not my job. I need you to go ahead and just put it in the chat. This is not my job. This is not my job. And I'm going to help you with this terminology. I'm going to help you with this phrase. And maybe after today, you'll think a little differently about it. Because that is definitely my goal. Hey, Tam, I text you. I need you to text me back or call me after this live, okay? But yes, this is not my job. This is not my job. Okay, so you already know what the request has been for forever. But I've been putting some skin in the game. Share the video like right now. Go ahead and share the video. I promise you, people gonna want to hear this, and they may not like it. They may have to clutch their pearls too. But this is not my job. That's the conversation. Let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Denise Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneur's Jumpstart Program. It's the #1 training environment for women in the world looking to leverage their knowledge, ignite their passion, and build a highly profitable business. And you may be wondering, how do you do that? How do you cause these type of results? Well, you build your courage, confidence, and competence so you can accept, believe, and commit to what it is that God has called you to do. Because mainly the thing that's stopping you from going forward with whatever it is that you're called to do is that horrible word called fear. And you make up all these great conversations about not being prepared, being too old, starting today, taking off tomorrow, not sticking with it. Don't get that it take effort and it take time. You know, I had to slip that in there. And it causes you to not go after your dreams and aspirations, and you remain in the same place for years when you totally could be moving in a new direction. But look, we ain't going to spend time talking about that right now. If you want to be in conversation with me about what it is that I do for women, then I want you to just go ahead and just say, Denise, reach out to me, and I'll DM you my calendar and you can get on my calendar. Okay. So look, let's go ahead. So share the video. Let me know that you share, put that you share inside the chat, and let's get in it. Okay. Yeah. You already know. Oh, it's Wednesday, right? You already know what's happening, Tam, and it's all right. You know, it's going to be all right. We're going to make it through. So this is not my job. This is not my job. Okay, so y'all look, I think I have been sharing with you guys that I've been in this amazing training program. Thank you, Sissy, for sharing. And you've been sharing consistently for every live. So I just so appreciate you. Thank you so much. So listen, okay, this is not my job. Put it in the chat. This is not my job. This is not my job. So I think I've shared with you that I've been in this amazing training for the last, I don't know, 6 months, maybe. I started in September, October, November, December, January, February. Okay, 5 months, almost 6 months. And the program ends in like 7 months, 7.5 months. And within this program, it was designed the first weekend that we be put in groups, right, in a community where we'll have support, where we'll make sure that we're doing the homework and we're doing all the things. Just put it in the chat. This is not my job. This is not my job. So there was a situation where I had visited a different region in the beginning, and then now this is actually the last like stretch, the end of the program, y'all. So obviously my group didn't work out because I was in class this past weekend complaining about, yeah, I said complaining about not having a group, right? And I didn't mean for it to come across as complaining, but when you are a leader, when you are in need of something, you do not need to keep letting everybody know that you're in need of something. At some point, the leadership should like kick in, right? And there's some other things that should become available. So my coach said to me, Denise, you've been complaining about not having a group, and you are a leader. So listen, what is there for leaders to do when they don't have what they believe that they need? Now I'm gonna just say that, and I want you to put it in the chat. When a leader discovers or determines that they are in need of something that's not present, what should leaders do? And it ain't that this is not my job, right? Because that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. What is there to do? So the next time that you hear, and I want you to put this in the chat, put it in the chat. What is there to do when a leader is in a space and something is not available that is needed, wanted, needed or wanted? What is there to do? Okay, my sissy said, make it happen. What is there to do? I think that is great, LaShawn. What is there to do? Because in a lot of situations, when we're on a job, in a community, in a group, in a training, wherever, when things are not going according to plan, or things are missing, right? Or things are not showing up according to what it is that you believe you need, you may slip out between your lips that this is not your job to make this happen, or to turn it around, or to organize, or whatever. But if you are a leader, if you are someone that wants to make an impact, or to change your life, or for things to show up, or to make things happen that would not have happened, you cannot be using the word, this is not my job. So the next time your employee tells you that this is not their job, or you hear yourself saying this is not your job, I want you to go like this. Yeah, I want you to close your mouth and close your ears, because leaders don't say things like this is not my job. Okay, so let's get into what I actually did this Friday after class. Number one was I stopped complaining. Put it in the chat. Number one, stop complaining. Stop complaining. Okay, Tamu said go get it. Yeah, for sure. That is definitely an option. To say that it's not your job is not an option. So before you say that, in any situation that you're in moving forward, as a manager, as an employee, as a ministry leader, in whatever space you in, this is not my job. Don't say it no more. Don't say it no more. Don't say it no more. Because it's unproductive to tell somebody that something is not your job. When there is a need in any space, and you see that it's a need or a want, and you tell somebody else this is not your job, I know that you should just go ahead and consider yourself to not be a leader, to be ineffective, and to not be here to make an impact. Because don't nobody want to hear that it's not your job, okay? We probably already know that it's not your job. The question is can you make a difference? Okay, all right, fantastic. So number one is stop complaining. Number two, take ownership. Okay, so my coach was like, Deneen, look, girl, you've been talking about this not having a group since I don't know, the beginning of the program. The beginning of the program was September. Then I was placed in the group and it crumbled and it failed, right? And then when the group crumbled and failed, I didn't do nothing else about having a group, being put in another group. I just kept talking about my group. I don't have a group. I need a group. Nobody won't let me in the group. I need a group. And I just kept saying it. And then my coach finally was like, girl, if you say this to me one more time, because of course in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm not in charge of the program. There's someone else is in charge of the program. I keep saying that I need a group. So of course my thought is, well, somebody going to put me in the group. Somebody going to find me a group that I can get into, slide into. And I was just like, look, I need a group. I don't have a group. And finally, my coach broke the news to me. Like, look, girl, you're the only one that's crying about having this group. So what are you going to do about it? Take ownership. That was the thing that I needed to do. Okay, I'm the person that want to be in the group. There are some people with groups. There are some people without groups. Now, I feel like not having a group is causing something to be missing in my program. Put it in the chat. If it's missing, take ownership. If it's missing, take ownership. Put that in the chat. If it is missing, take ownership. See, nobody wanted to take ownership that I needed a group. And I kept talking about it to the leaders of the program, or the people that I felt was leaders of the program. Like, I need a group. Y'all don't want to find me a group? Y'all not going to put me in a group? I keep saying I need a group. And they were looking at me like, girl, you keep talking about this. What you going to do about it? And it was to take ownership, okay? So that was number two, take ownership, that I'm the person that had the need. I kept expressing the needs to the people that I thought was empowered to help get me in a group. And I did that for how long? A long time. September, October, November, December, January, February. I did that for 5 months. Y'all listen to the words that's coming out of my mouth. Because see, this is the conversation that you do when you at work or you at play or you in some organization and things not going according to the way that you believe that they should be going. And you sitting here complaining and talking about that this is not my job. This is not, you said too long. Yes, ma'am. 5 months. And I've been talking about, hey, I need a group. I need a group. Until finally she was like, Deneen, what is there for a leader to do to have a group? And this is number 3. And Tambu said it. Create what you need. Put that number 3. Create what you need. If you keep expressing to the same people over and over again that you have a need and it hasn't been met, and no one is taking any action to help you get what it is that you need, or even if they took an action, because my coach did she put me in a group after I said it the first time, but the group fell apart. And then instead of me creating my own group or doing something different to make it work or to take ownership of the group, because I could have very well took leadership of the group and became the leader of the group. But now I was like, oh, that fell apart. You know what I did? I started relying on my identity. Put this in the chat. You have an identity. Put, I have an identity. So let me tell you what my identity is, because you guys might be struggling with the same things and be wondering why you are not where you need to be because you keep holding on to your identity. So let me tell you what my identity is. My identity is I don't need anybody. I could do it on my own. I'm independent and I can make it happen. I don't need anybody. I could do it on my own. I can make it happen and I'm independent. That's a problem because y'all got an identity too. And see, the thing about leadership, and we're going to talk about this on Friday, the thing about leadership, if you are actually a leader in any space that you're in, should you be doing this dolo solo? Should you be by yourself? Should you be crossing the finish line and nobody crossing with you? A leader. This is what I'm saying, a leader. Because remember, we don't manage people, we develop people. Put that in the chat. We do not manage people, we develop people. So if you the leader, it ain't nobody. And when I say nobody, like if you move out, like when I was in radio and I had my team, I always trained my team members to tell them to study and train for the job that's above you. So the promotions coordinator should be studying how to become the manager. The manager should be always studying to become the director. I was the director of marketing. So the person underneath me should always be studying what I'm doing, right? They should be mastering where they are, but they should be studying and aspiring to have my job. So when they finish doing their responsibilities, who should they be spending time with? That would be me. And the coordinator, once they're finished doing their responsibilities, who should they be spending time with? The manager. Because when they fire you, which is what they did to me, don't you know who was able to step up and do my job? Was the manager. Why? Because my whole team was trained to study for the position above them. And my thing is, if you're in any type of leadership position, who are you developing? Who can do your job? Who can fill and step into your shoes? Because if you haven't been doing that, then I'm sure your identity is close to mine, because you think because you're the boss, you managing people and you're not developing people. And you think that this is an independent show and it's about how good you look and that you could do it on your own and you can make it happen. Well, no. I want you to get that developing people is your job. So the next time you find yourself saying, this is not my job, I want you to, number one, stop complaining, because that's already a complaint. And I want you to take some ownership that everything that's happening around you is because of you. There's some ownership for you to take why you don't have what you need to have and why things don't look the way you want them to look at your job, at your house, in your ministry, in your business, wherever it is. You are a common denominator. I just want to throw that out there. And then create what it is that you need. Okay. All right. Yes. Lead by creating leaders. Absolutely, Tam. Right. We don't manage people. We develop people. And when you get that, I want you to know, when you get that, because it ain't about just being in charge. We get such a rush and excitement about being in charge. But if I look around and see that it ain't no fruit on your tree, like you doing everything by yourself and nobody can say how you've helped them and how you've grown them, then no, you're not effective. But we'll talk more about leadership on Friday. Today, I want you to get This is not my job, out your vocabulary. Don't use that phrase no more, because don't nobody want to hear it. A manager don't want to hear it, and I sure enough don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about the stuff not being your job. And when you go into a company and you need someone to help solve a problem, do you want them to tell you, oh, you're going to have to come back later because that ain't my job? And every time you hear that, call for a manager, okay? Call for somebody, whoever the job it is, and then tell them that you know that your employee told me that this is not their job. That's not a good response. You might need to coach them up on how to respond to a client or a customer or someone that is in need. All right, look, I hope that wasn't too bad. I hope it served you. And it's all right if it was bad. It's all right if you found yourself saying, this is not my job. But here's what I want you to do. Don't say that no more. If you know whose job it is, go talk to the person whose job it is. And then if nobody trying to claim it and you are a leader, take ownership and help be cause in the matter. You don't have to do the things, but you could be the cause of making things happen. And if you don't understand that, we'll talk about that on Friday. Just come Friday. Let's talk about these leadership skills, because see, Monday we talked about how you ain't never going to feel like it. And it's okay that you're never going to feel like doing the things that you need to do, but it don't mean that you don't need to do them. And then today, don't be telling me or nobody else that this ain't your job, because I don't want to hear it. And then Friday, we're going to get into some leadership skills and how you should show up in spaces that you want to make a difference in. And then I'll give you an opportunity to register and becoming a change. You got it? Always looking forward to serving you. Share this video from Denise Merriweather business page. I will be giving away my last gift for the month, right? The last gift for the month is happening on Friday. For the person who have shared, your name goes into a registration. And I've been giving away $25 either in cash or gift card, whatever it is that you request. You want me to cash app you, I cash app you, or Zelle you, or whatever. So look, share the video, $25 coming your way. Make sure you share and then come back to this page and say that you shared. So you got to share it from Denise Merriweather business page, because I'll be able to see who shared it. Just go there with the pink jacket, share this video. This is not my job. It's a very interesting conversation. Make it happen. Always looking forward to see you guys. Thank you, Facebook user who said it's a good word, because be causing the matter. Absolutely. You should always 100% be causing the matter. Always looking forward to serving you. I love you guys. Live at 5. I'll see you guys on Friday. Hey, I'm live at 5. Hey.